Are you hungry?
Give me something good.
Hi, and welcome to a new episode of Görgött. Today we're making something relatively simple. Takes a bit of time, but it's well worth it. We're making grilled pulpo, grilled octopus, with a roasted pepper mayonnaise. And it's gonna taste wonderful. But before we have a look at the board, as you can see, it's not a lot of ingredients. Do me the favor, support the channel and myself by hitting that subscribe button and checking the bell icon so that you get notifications, if you haven't done so yet, that is. But now let's have a look at the board. So we obviously have our pulpo. It's already cooked, so we're just gonna grill it. So we don't need to grill it through, we just wanna grill it to get that smokiness and the crispiness. We have some salt and pepper, white pepper, some vinegar, 2 egg yolks. We have some chervil, that's just for decoration. We have some neutral oil, and we have our wonderful roasted pepper oil. And we'll start by this one, and I'll show you how I did it. 3 beautiful red peppers that we now put on the grill, and we're gonna completely blacken them. I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. I won't show you on the grill because it's a bit boring, but I'll show you what they look like afterwards. And this is what they look like when you're done. Now there's 2 different ways of getting the black peel off. Either you put them in a plastic bag and let them kind of loosen up there, or you just do it under running water. I prefer under running water because it's quicker. So we'll do that, and then we'll come back and see how we prep them before we need to dry them. And this is the result once you cleaned off the burnt skin. Now we just need to get rid of the inside. That's also relatively easy. Get rid of the seeds. I'm just showing you one because this is also easier to do underwater. Just scrape them off. And then for the oven, because we're going to dry these now, because as you can see they contain quite a lot of water and we don't want that into our oil. So we're going to dry them, and for that we'll just cut them up into pieces this size. So clean out the inside, cut them out into pieces this size, but before you do that, preheat the oven at 90 degrees with circulating air, because that's where we'll dry them afterwards. So we clean them up, and then I'll see you again after that. This is what it should look like when you're done. Don't worry about what it looks like. It's gonna get blitzed up anyways to get with the oil. But these are ready now to go in the oven for about probably 2 hours until they dried out a bit. So I'll see you again in a couple of hours. So this here is what we're looking for. Basically what you do is you're intensifying the taste, right? Because the water disappears, but all the taste stays in here. So now we need to transfer this taste into an oil. And the best way to do that is with a Thermomix. If you don't have a Thermomix, just warm up some oil to about 60, 70 degrees and run that through the mixer. But I'll get the Thermomix set up and then we can put this in. I'm going to use this for the oil as the container ladle, so that's why I filled it up to know how much oil I need. It's grapeseed oil, but you can use any neutral oil. You don't want the oil to have any taste by itself. Get the oil in. I'll set this to warm to 65 degrees. Put the lid on and get it started. And we'll wait until it gets to 65 degrees, and then we'll put in the dried pepper. So what I'm doing here is I'm just pulling them apart to make them a little bit smaller. You could do this with a knife as well, or just let the mixer do the job. But it's up to 65 degrees, so we'll put in all our pepper. And this will get loud now, but crank up the mixer, let it mix through for maybe 2 minutes, and then we'll pass it through a strainer. So that does it. We're ready. Just give it a second to open. There we are. Smells amazing already. And like when we make herb oil, you see it's 2 bowls, one of them standing in cold water in the other one, and we'll just strain it into the top bowl here. Beautiful red color. You don't want to overdo this with pressing because we don't want any pieces really to go through. So just leave it to stand to strain from its own weight. This is pretty much good. And that's basically how I make the roasted pepper oil. Now back to the rest of the ingredients. It's not difficult at all, right? And it takes a bit of time, but the good thing is you can keep it. So you can easily keep it for a couple of weeks. So if you spend probably 2.5 hours that it takes to make it, well, you're not working for 2.5 hours, but in terms of time, you're not going to regret it for the next 2 to 3 weeks. You can make dressings with it, mayonnaises, you can just strip it like that. It's really versatile and goes great with seafood and fish. But now let's get on with the mayonnaise. So we have everything we need, the mixer, a container, we put in the 2 egg yolks. And we have about 2 tablespoons, no, not 2 tablespoons, 2 teaspoons of neutral vinegar. Good pinch of salt. You can always add more afterwards. And some turns on the white pepper. Now we'll just mix this up a bit. And now we can start with the oil. As always when you make mayonnaise, not too much at the beginning. You want to make sure that it comes together at the beginning. Then you can add quite quickly more, but at the beginning it needs to go slowly. And that's about the amount we will need from the grilled pepper oil. And now we'll just add some neutral oil. Since it's already come together, you can add quite a bit. That does it. We're ready. So we'll put this into another container where we can taste it and make sure that it has enough of the sourness, the salt, and so on. So I'll see you in a minute. So we have our mayonnaise ready here. Get a clean spoon so we can try it. At least a little bit more of salt. And I might add a bit of lemon juice into it. I like the kind of freshness of lemon juice. So first of all the salt, another pinch. And I had half a lemon in the fridge, so just get a little bit of lemon juice, not too much. Mix this again. Get a clean spoon. Perfect. There's a bit of fruity sourness from the lemon. And it's just pure smoked paprika, which is really nice. But now, let's put this in a bag, put it in the fridge, and then we'll get going with the pulpo. As you know, I never have piping bags at home, so I use just normal kitchen bags. We'll put this in the fridge now. So if you've been following the channel for a while, you know I have one of those pizza ovens outside on the balcony, gas powered, and it gets really hot. So that's where we're going to put the pulpo. We just need a little bit of oil on them, not much. And because they're already cooked, we don't need to season them because they're already salty and have some nice taste of bay leaf and so on. So we're just going to go out there, really get a crust on them, and then come back in again, and then you'll see it. So I'm not going to move the camera outside to show you because it's nothing really to show. I'm putting them in a frying pan, in, out, and then I'm back. So see you in a little bit. There we have our wonderful pulpo. And now we're pretty much ready to plate this up. But before we do so, if you're stuck with me this far, you know what's coming now, right? Please do me the favor, support me in the channel by hitting that thumbs up below. It's really important to get my content out to new viewers that might like it as much as you do. So please hit that like. Now let's plate it up. Now one of this is for my daughter, so I'm gonna save that. But we'll plate up the big ones for us. Just cut it straight. And you can try this if you want, like I'm doing now. Let's get that on top there. Like so. I'll get rid of the cutting board. And now I already cut a hole in this. Like so. And now I just start Chervil. Let's see if I can do this with my shaky hands. I think this is not going too bad. And there we go. A very simple plate, but packed with flavor. And I think it looks quite beautiful as well. Let's dig in. This is going to be fantastic. I mean, octopus or pulpo is a match made in heaven for roasted peppers anyways, right? But this is such a simple way to enjoy it. Obviously you can put some more mayo on there if you want, which I'll probably do afterwards when I stop filming. And it's such a versatile thing, this red pepper oil. It goes with so many things. You can do with shrimp. I think I might do another episode where I do shrimp with just the oil. You can even have it with, I mean, pork is nice as well on the grill with a little bit of the roasted red pepper oil. Perfect combination. But this is really a match made in heaven. So that's pretty much it. A simple dish. Takes some time to make the oil, but you're not going to regret it because it doesn't go bad very quick. Before you go though, if you're not doing so yet, please support the channel by clicking the subscribe button and checking the bell icon. That's it for today. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye-bye.